everyone. We are at step 3 of creating a land page. We went through step 1, which was to create a tag. Then step 2, we talked about all the different designs you can create when you're designing a landing page. And we're in step 3, which is the second to last step, or a 4-step process. So step 3 is we want to create a welcome sequence. So what is a welcome sequence? A welcome sequence is your first opportunity to make an impression on a new subscriber. So after somebody gives you their email and their name, right, they receive an email from ConvertKit, which wants to confirm that they want to be on this email list. And that email comes from ConvertKit. It's nothing really special, and I'm sure you've received it many times before. It's just to confirm that you subscribe to this email list, and legally they have to do that. But after that, you can start sending emails right away. And when you're sending that first email, it's considered a welcome sequence, meaning you're welcoming them to the list, or you're welcoming them to the beginning of a course or a program, or after they purchase the product from you, welcoming them to that whole new experience because they've now become a part of your company's world. So welcome sequence is not an opportunity for you to spam. It's not an opportunity for you to tell somebody to buy every single thing on your website. It is a way for you to connect. Remember, email marketing is not about just getting sales. It's about connecting with your audience. It's about connecting with your customers, connecting with people who want to buy, and building that relationship. I can't say it anymore. I think a lot of people think as a small business, all you need to do is sell. But because we're digital, because we're not a Walmart building, or we're not Old Navy, an actual store where the people can physically touch and see the clothing and physically touch and see the shoes, right? Because we're virtual, we want them to know that there is an actual person or an actual group behind this company. What happens is that, there's a lot of scammers out there who create online stores, accept money, or get subscribers, and there's nothing really behind it. There's no product, there's no person. It's just an opportunity for them to cash out. And with that negative, image of e-commerce and digital sales, as well as virtual online stores, people have lost a lot of trust. And email is another way to build that trust. So welcome sequence is a beautiful way to really make your new subscriber feel welcomed and like somebody reached out to them. But again, with email marketing, all of this is automated. Nobody from your team will be sitting down to actually create every single email. It flows. And I like using the word flow because it just happens, email 1, then email 2, email 3, email 4, rather than you having to type every single one. And that's what makes email marketing very successful, because when the emails are flowing, the sales are also flowing. So as you use ConvertKit, you're going to wake up in the morning at 3 a.m. and realize, oh my gosh, I got 2 sales overnight, because somebody who was in another part of the world got your email at 9 a.m. their time, and now they decided to make a purchase. So that's the beauty of email marketing and having a welcome sequence. But creating a welcome sequence is not really difficult with ConvertKit, but I'm going to walk you through the steps. In ConvertKit, this is our homepage on ConvertKit, and we don't have any subscribers yet because we're using this as a test site. What we had before is that we created our landing page. Remember that? We also created a tag. So those things have to be in place before you actually begin creating a welcome sequence and following creating the rule. But right now we're focusing on the welcome sequence. So here we are on the main dashboard. We're going to go to automations. So here we are at automations, and we're going to click automations in the top left. And we're in automations. But what we want to do is create a sequence. So in the top right, we're going to select sequences. And in the top right, it says new sequence. We're going to press new sequence. And now it's going to ask you for the sequence name. Because this is a welcome sequence, I like to label my sequences, right? And we're also offering a 50% off. So I'm going to say 50% off welcome sequence. So this tells me two things. What the welcome sequence is about, it's about the 50% off. And I'm also going to put landing page because they're coming through a landing page, right? So 50% off landing page. And we're connecting this welcome sequence to that landing page that we created before. And we're going to get into that as we go along. So 50% off landing page. And we're going to put welcome sequence. So we know that it's a welcome sequence. Welcome sequence, you're going to be using that term time and time again. It's not just once in a while. As long as you're in Convert More, we're going to be using that term a lot more. Okay, so 50% off landing page, welcome sequence. And now we're going to press create sequence. Now here with create sequence, I'm going to show you a couple things that you want to pay attention to. So at the top left, we have the name of the sequence, which we created ourselves. Then right underneath it, we have something that says how to build a sequence draft. So this is the actual email field, right? And underneath that, we have add email. So if you press add email, it's going to continuously add emails that people will flow down through. Remember flow. So they're going through these emails every day, or you can set it to whatever duration you want. So that's where you would add email. So you saw how I added that email. And let's say I wanted to actually add another one. I press add email, and I get another one. Okay. On the right, at the top right, you're going to see content, settings, and reports. So content is literally the emails that you have here, right? Settings, let's click that tab. Settings gives you more details about the email. So let's say you only want to send these emails on Monday. You can select Monday. You can leave Monday selected and move Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. You can set the time, so around 4 p.m. It won't send exactly at 4 p.m., but approximately. It's more of a flow, right? It's not 4 o'clock on the dot. That's for broadcast, and we're going to talk about broadcast in the next couple of weeks. Then we have time zones. You can change the time zone to whatever you want it to be. I usually keep it at Eastern time zone, even though I'm in Pacific. Email template, you can select, let's say you create a special template or you get a template from online, the internet that has colors or whatever, you can select whatever template. And then here it says exclude subscribers from the sequence. It reads, won't deliver emails to any of your subscribers who have subscriptions to the following selections, even if they're added to the sequence via an automation room or subscription. So this allows you to exclude subscribers. And this is the beauty of ConvertKit. And this is what makes it really, really sophisticated and smart. You're able to exclude subscribers, but because we're welcoming everyone in, this is a welcome sequence, right? We don't need to exclude anybody. But later on, you're going to see how we use this to actually filter out people and make more sales. And then at the bottom here, we have duplicate the sequence. You can duplicate the sequence if you want to use it for another landing page. Let's say you have a 10% off landing page. You can duplicate the same welcome sequence and attach it to that landing page. And this is a section here that I never use, which says delete sequence. I hardly ever delete sequences in ConvertKit unless it's like a complete mess. You don't need that. And don't forget to always select update sequence if you make any changes. And that's all the information in settings. Then we have reports. Reports is golden because it gives you like an update on how your emails are doing. So it tells you the open rate, it tells you the click rate. So if you have any links in there, a percentage of the people who actually clicked. It also tells you the number of sends. So the number of people who actually received it and the number of people who unsubscribed. So if you send an email to 10 people, this number would be 10. And let's say one person unsubscribed, which is never a big deal. It's going to say 1 right there. And then on the left, it gives you a complete update, right, of all of the stats. So you kind of have a general overview, and then you'll see each individual email on the right, the stats for each one. So let's go back to content, because right now all we're doing is creating a welcome sequence. So here's the beginning of the sequence. When people were subscribed to our landing page, they're subscribing because they want to get information about the 50% off sale. So what we want to do is we want to change the status from draft to active. Not right away, but eventually, okay? When to send, we want to send it 0 days. So that means it's going to be sent immediately, but we don't want it to be sent only on a certain day. We want it to be sent every single day, okay? And I'm going to show you something. We're going to go back to settings so that all of the days are selected. So no matter what time of the day or the day of the week that somebody comes in, they're going to be able to actually get the 50% off information. So we're going to go back to content. I think this is not selecting here. So I need to save it. So I need to scroll down and update sequence. So now it's updated. Let's go to content. And the first email, we're going to leave it in draft for now, and then when to send immediately. So that means 0 days. So when somebody signs up on our landing page, immediately they're going to get this email. Okay. And in this email, you know, you want it to be like any other email, and you want the subject line to be very catchy. So I'm going to put 50% off, discount enclosed. So now they know, oh my gosh, it's a 50% off discount is enclosed inside. And we don't need this information. That's just stock information that ConvertKit gives you. And it's not really what we need. But what we want to do is whatever email copy we have in mind, we want to put it in here. So don't forget, I'm actually giving you the templates for all of these emails, but I'm going to give you an example of what we could write here. So I copied and paste this over from another email. Welcome to my email list. You will receive monthly discount codes, VIP access, updates, and much more. Get 50% off when you use code SAVE at checkout. Happy shopping. And then I put fruits, candy, gems, tea. That's just a dummy name I chose, right? At checkout. Happy shopping. Shop now. Fruits, candy, gems, team.com. Okay. So now this is the email we're going to send out. Let's tidy it up a little bit. Let's make, you know, you can always edit these emails to your preference. If you want to highlight this line here, you can put it in bold. Happy shopping. And then right here, fruits, candy, gems, team, we want to put that in an actual link. So fruits, candy, gem, team. Great, so that would be our welcome email. So that's the first email that we're going to send out. And to actually make this email permanent, you have to press Save All. And then you would change the status from draft to active, right? Let's say I wanted to add another email. Let's say I wanted to welcome them 3 times. I would click add email and then add email. And now, right, the first email was sent immediately, but the second one is going to be sent 1 day later. And then the third one will be sent 1 day later, right? But approximately around 4 p.m. Eastern, because remember we set that in settings. Right? So in settings, we said that emails are going to be sent around 4 p.m. It might be a little bit before or a little bit after. So every day for the next 3 days, they'll receive an email from our welcome sequence. And yes, you can repeat the same email 3 times so that they actually shop, right? But you can change it to whatever you want it to be. We appreciate you. I'm going to change the email title there. Welcome to Candy World. And now these emails are going to send over the next 3 days. You don't have to touch them at all. As long as they're active, they will send to anyone who signed up to your landing page, right, for 50% off. So that's how detailed it is, right? In our next section, I'm going to show you the final step, which is the most important, and I can't wait to see you in step 4.